Hello everyone, I am your host for today, Beyond Anarchy, and welcome
to my stream.
To the amazing Wonder Weapon ranking list.
Spider-Man game!
There is a total of 72 Wonder Weapons on this list, including one specialist that is considered a Wonder Weapon in a few maps of Black Ops 3. I'll just give you a hint.
Yeah, it's Chainsaw Man.
It does lightning damage.
Oh yeah, I know.
But that's your only hint.
I know what it is.
Obviously, starting out the list, the worst Wonder Weapon of all time is not the ray gun. It is the VR-11.
So.
The VR-11 is the worst Wonder Weapon in Call of Duty Zombies. And well, doesn't everybody just know that this is awful? This weapon does absolutely next to no damage.
Why do you have the ray gun?
Hey, shut up. I'm making a video.
Magazine is emptier than Dempsey's brain.
This gun literally does nothing.
Money will not kill me. Lack of money just might. Will not keep me down. We Russians always fight back.
There's no chainsaws.
You understand the importance of mission tracking. No ammo, no good. Damn it, Nikolai.
What the hell?
You cannot leave if you are dead.
Jesus, Caden.
I will never not be grateful for your bravery.
Good yourself. Can't pack the punch, can't do nothing.
From each according to his bullets to each according to his brain. I swear I have not been drinking.
What are you doing?
I'm watching this.
Stop. Okay, so after the VR-11, our last gun in the bad section is the uttermost annoying weapon to build, which I might show off in Black Ops 2 sometime, the jet gun. For this map, you have to go face fog crawlers. You have to go on the bus, travel around the map, go through the town, find various different parts, and craft this pile of garbage at a workbench in the town. This may be the worst Wonder Weapon in Call of Duty history. Well, next to its predecessor here, the VR-11.
Well, the fact that our other me's seem to have their heads screwed on may be a good thing.
I know what you mean, Dempsey, but don't you ever crave some insanity?
When you kill, there is an emptiness in your eyes.
When will you learn? You cannot kill
Okay,
Russian
so
bear.
moving on
That
to
would be
the
me.
70th worst Wonder Weapon, or I guess 70th best Wonder Weapon. Well, we're on to a new section, so let's announce the meh section here. And the next one is the Paralyzer. This gun is on Barry. It's a very fun little gun to build. This gun gives you extreme mobility if you're playing buried on Black Ops 2. And this is just a really good gun. All around, you will definitely enjoy this gun. I personally do not have any problems with this gun whatsoever. So, I know that you guys are going to find yourselves having a just really incredible time with this gun. Okay, so moving on to the next weapon, number 69, the Scavenger. This gun is only available on one map in Call of Duty history, Call of the Day. So much like many of its predecessors,
You made
this weapon's
mistake being
only
here.
available on one Call of Duty map. This isn't surprising.
I am going through ammo faster than expected.
So, this map is only available on one, this gun's only available on one map, and this map perhaps has the two worst wonder weapons of any map in the game. And as you may know, these two wonder weapons are the VR-11 and the Scavenger. Now, I've already talked about the VR-11 recently, so let's move on to talk about the Scavenger.
Feels like little toy gun, but I am not here to play.
Now, the Scavenger is a sniper rifle that does explosive damage. Now, without buying PhD, which was a brand new perk when this map came out, you could actually die from the explosive damage of this weapon, meaning that this was utterly, completely useless as a rendered humanely stupid as one of the dumbest wonder weapons that we have ever seen. So, next up on the list, oh yeah, did I mention, if you kill George, you actually get a free Wonder Waff, which will definitely help, because you high rounders aren't getting anywhere unless you have this Scavenger and PhD handy. Moving on, we have the Vlad bow from Infinite Warfare. When I'm talking the Vlad bow, I'm just talking the basic Vlad bow. Not anything else. Just a basic crossbow that you get at the start. This is a free weapon, but can later be turned into a very effective weapon. Obviously, this is the main quest weapon, very similar to Derive and Drop, bows, or Derive and Draw, and the bows. You can actually use this and complete various quests.
Low ammo?
Unlock
I do not
different
need
versions
chronorium. See
of
that?
this bow. Moving on to the next one, it might surprise you a little bit. It's actually a Black Ops 4 entry. It is the Hand of Gaia. I know you weren't expecting a hand to be this far down in the Wonder Weapon list. You probably thought, oh, how the hell is this Hand of Gaia all the way down? Why is the Hand of Gaia at number 68. Well, the Hand of Gaia does an earthquake attack, except it is extremely weak and is not as strong as its predecessors, or let's just say the other elemental hands. The other elemental hands do a lot more damage and kill a lot more efficiently than this hand, and this is the problem with the hand. The Hand of Gaia is just not an effective tool. It's very inefficient because sometimes you will instantly kill a full wave of 24, and other times you will just not kill that whole round of 24, and it's just a very ineffective weapon if we're talking about effective wonder weapons. It's just very low on that scale. Okay, moving next, we're gonna move on. Now, I was gonna include the golden spork, or the golden spoon, golden fork, whatever you want to call it, on this list as a wonder weapon, but it's a melee weapon. So much like I'm not going to include the Galva Knuckles, I will not be including the golden spork. And the next wonder weapon will be in the good section. So no more trash, we're going to be going over the good wonder weapons. Now, so get ready for the real competition. Really showing up, and the weapons will actually be competing with each other now, compared to where they were just deciding who has a bigger thing, if you know what I'm saying. So, moving on to the next one, we have the Blunderbuss at number 67. Now, this is a very interesting weapon, because I couldn't decide if I should.
Always sounds like they're ringing the dinner bell.
I have to say, we have a better class of dogs in Japan.
They make breast mints for dogs. They should.
A lot of people really like, that's not a
I am really more of a cat person.
and I completely agree, it's not a wonder weapon. But it certainly is a special weapon that doesn't appear in really any other games. And I think that's what our definition of a wonder weapon really is trying to define. Is that, you know, it's a special weapon, it doesn't appear very often in other Call of Duty.
Your soul, like mine,
And it's
is
just not
in
common to find. The Blunderbuss
within the
does
summoning key.
decent damage.
Its future
I mean,
uncertain.
it's like a pirate cannon in a way.
talking more
It's
riddles
very
than one.
interesting shotgun.
Praise of
But,
the Emperor or something.
I'm not gonna say I love it personally. I don't have anything against it.
I would have made your death more agonizing.
I mean, you can always get better.
I have known many Rick Coffins, and you are one of the worst.
Warfare that World War II series by Sledgehammer Games and Infinity Ward, so huge shout out to them for making this. The KT-4 is the next one, and this one was actually in a map that was probably, personally, the worst map of all time. You might have heard of it.
German hell pigs, Russian hell pigs, American hell
That's
pigs.
about-
No wonder Nikolai is tired.
Oh man, I do not like that map. And I have talked plenty of trash about that map in the past. Believe me, I am not a fan of Zetsubo Mishima. Do not like it. But you know, it could be worse. It could very much be worse.
One more for Rose.
I really do think, yes, it could be worse. But it's not worse. I mean, you know what?
Not
Maybe
my
that's a
day to
good
die.
moving on to the next one. Oh, and I should mention, this KT-4 has a really cool explosive attack where it hits your enemies with like a chemical explosion, which is super cool. This is a very unique weapon, and it can be obtained through the main quest. Okay, moving on to the next weapon. We have the Kraken and every fucking version of it. There's like 8 versions of this goddamn weapon. This is why I did not rank the 8 versions of this on my list. Because there's just so many versions of this. I almost felt the same about the ray gun. There was so many ray guns. I was just like, this is just too ridiculous. My whole damn list had like 20 ray guns, and I was just like, it doesn't make sense to have so many ray guns on a list, but it doesn't make sense to have so much of this on a list either. So all the Krakens are the same for me, and now if you have a particular upgrade that you like more, this can be upgraded to like fire, lightning, all these different versions. There is just so many ways to go with it. There's just fully upgraded quest paths and everything that you can do for these weapons. So definitely check this out. But yeah, I'm not a big fan of that. Obviously, this was debuted on Voyage of Despair. Not my most favorite map, but also not a completely crap map either. It's another map from Black Ops 4. Making its debut in the good section, we have we have the Limbo, the laser gun. This one is known as 64. It is the Limbo laser gun, an advanced warfare's exo-zombie. Personally, Advanced Warfare only had like 4 of these weapons, so I was not a big person on Advanced Warfare exo-zombies when it came out. But apparently these weapons are pretty good.
Every day is like punishment, but I endure.
It did not look like it was very good. This gun shoots a straight line laser at the exo-zombies, and yes, while it does decimate, it has a very weird firing pattern, and I just don't like it. I feel like this whole gun could have just been 20 times better, and it's in a really good game, so it's definitely suffering from the good game nostalgia.
What's your ticket, maggot bait?
So next up on the list, and taking number 62, the blood red colored Tesla gun upgrade. Now, this upgraded version of the Tesla gun is very cool. It does this red explosion that basically does this really cool red explosion. It slows down all the zombies. And, yeah, it's really cool. There's not much to say about this one. It's not like super effective or super good at one like killing way or something. Like it's just a fucking weapon ultimately, and there's not much to say about this one.
I no longer speak of the
Still
Emperor.
on good.
I was betrayed. Deeply
Good.
betrayed.
Damn. Ain't that a kick in the monkeys?
just finished the red Tesla.
Talbot Nikolai.
Okay, so moving on to the next one, we have... Oh yeah, and a little something I want to mention about this weapon is it can slow down opponents, and it really reminds me of the Wonder WAW, which has a very similar effect to this blood red Tesla upgrade. Very good gun, very fun gun to use, and this gun makes an appearance in World War II Zombies in the first map of World War II, which, by the way, very great game, very great zombie experience.
Nice shot, Richthofen. Maybe try doing the same to your own head sometime.
Moving on to the next one, we have the Forge Freeze kind of launcher dash shotgun sort of laser weapon. Forge Freeze is a craftable weapon in Infinite Warfare Zombies. A lot of the Infinite Warfare stuff was pretty good. But this was one that I was really on.
You will have to hit harder than that.
I didn't like it. I thought, what the hell is this? Normally, I see a thing that's in Infinite Warfare, and I think, oh, this is going to be really cool. Well, this did not strike me as that thing. In fact, I didn't like this. I felt like this was a little bit too weak in Infinite Warfare and a little bit too easy to craft. This was definitely the easiest weapon to obtain out of the whole bunch. And, you know, there could definitely be much more work put into this map. But I feel like they definitely did very good on the wonder weapons for the most part. I just did not like this one in particular. Yeah, no, and there's no hard feelings towards anyone here. I just didn't like this one. Now moving on to the next one. I actually have something personally myself here, and it is the Winter's Howl, the OG version of the Winter's Howl, from 5 and from Verlucht. Now, to all my German friends, I'm sure you'll notice I pronounced that quite well there, but there is the Winter's Howl, the OG weapon, and, you know, honestly, I feel like the Winter's Howl, at least this OG version of the Winter's Howl, is a really good addition. If you ask me about this, I would love
Comrade Monkey, I have job for you. Спасибо. Is this what Dempsey calls head rush? You're acting careless, Nikolai. I did not expect it to be you who came to my aid, Rico. Typical capitalist money.
Okay, so basically moving on to the next one. I wanted to go on to the next weapon in this little category here. And I want to explain what the Winter's Howl, the OG Winter's Howl does. So it doesn't do a lot of damage, but it does freeze your opponents in place. And something I'm going to do a lot better here is describe these weapons. Specifically for these ones that are Treyarch zombies. Because I know those the best, and I have actually used some of those weapons myself. And experienced those weapons. So, I'm going to be able to basically explain those weapons the best to you guys. So, basically, moving on to the next weapon. Well, actually, I'm going to explain this first. So, the Winter's Howl is a weapon that would freeze the enemies. The Winter's Howl would freeze the enemies and remain them in place so you could shoot them and crack them open like on Togder Toden when the enemies are frozen and you shoot at them. It would then break the enemies and they would die instantly. Now this effect pops up many times, mostly on ice-based maps. But the Winter's Howl is actually available on 3 different maps. It's available on Verrucht, which makes 0 sense because that is not even a cold map. It is available on 5, which is the first map it was added to. And it is also available on the Black Ops 4 map Classified. The OG weapon didn't do as much damage, and it felt like it was a little bit off, but this weapon was still very much strong, and still very much was very efficient up until about round 30, and then it drops off and stops dealing as much damage around round 20. Round 30 is when it really just fails. So moving on to the next weapon. The Cell 3, which is a weapon straight out of Purgatory. The Cell 3 is a laser rifle straight out of the amazing game Advanced Warfare, the Exo-Zombies. Exo-Zombies is where this weapon originated, and it's where it's out of. In Advanced Warfare, this is one of the main energy weapons, also known as a wonder weapon. Yes, Kate. Next is the Magnetron, which, by the way, is another Advanced Warfare Exo-Zombies weapon. Both these weapons are fairly efficient at what they are meant to do. The Magnetron is basically a bolt-action revolver shotgun, whilst the Cell 3 is a laser assault rifle. They're both widely meant to take out exo-zombies and do so very well and do high amounts of damage. Next up on my list is, of course, the MAD weapon from Infinite Warfare Zombies. This weapon does a lot of damage to zombies, but can only be won from the mystery wheel, making this weapon pretty pointless. I personally don't like this weapon, but if you do like this weapon, I definitely suggest you get checked out by the doctor. This is not one of the best weapons, and it is far from it on the wonder weapon list. You will notice the stuff at the top is the
Travel
really,
makes me feel
really
crazy.
good weapon.
I fear I may bring
And
dishonor to my mother.
It's just not up there. As a weapon, this is very low on the list. And next, we're moving to the NX Shadow Claw,
I already got that weapon before.
which some of you may remember. This weapon makes an appearance, or actually two appearances. It's in Black Ops 3 and Black Ops 4. In the multiplayer of Black Ops 3, and then there is actually a weapon very similar called the Reaver Crossbow, which is in Black Ops 4, that you can get in Zombies. Is it a really good weapon in Zombies? No. But this weapon is actually on a different map. This is on Dead of the Night, and it's an exclusive wonder weapon. Quit dancing, Kaden. Moving on to the next weapon.
He baffled himself.
We're
We're gonna play Ty, your game's not even fucking solid.
The Smiley is the next weapon. This weapon is both featured in World War II zombies as well as Infinite Warfare zombies, as a buildable in both games. It's actually, you can find this weapon in World War II's second DLC map pack, and it's actually usable. Now, this is a really cool weapon in that game, because, well, frankly, it can shoot off zombies' heads, which is really cool because this finishes off boss zombies instantly by shooting off their heads, and you can use this for the Easter egg in World War II, or if you got it in Infinite Warfare, you can use this as part of the Easter egg questline for that.
Just playing.
Moving on to the next weapon.
Which one is that? So, Ty, are you on the amazing category? You on the amazing one?
The next weapon is
I
the
have bad headache.
Entangler.
It is not hangover. That only happened when sober.
Now,
Or so I have been told.
good.
You're still on good.
There's a lot of weapons in that. Scroll down.
That's good. That's all good. Yeah.
That's a lot of weapons in the good category.
And you didn't put these other ones.
Yeah, 'cause they're trash.
Yeah, so you should put them in bad.
Plus, I don't know some of them. Okay. Moving on, the Entangler is a very interesting weapon. Entangler is another Infinite Warfare
Everything's trying to kill
weapon
us.
from
Death around every
zombies.
corner, and I'm here practicing carpentry!
It is from one of the final maps in
Bad news! You're bleeding!
and
badly.
is just a very
My
interesting
optimism is
weapon.
diminishing even faster than my ammunition.
It does chemical damage, which I gotta
At
say
least
is very
Wall
interesting.
reliable.
There's not a lot of
Not like
weapons
Zuka
that
bombs.
work like that. By the way, if you notice in the gameplay, I'm playing Classified. I actually know this map 100%.
In Russia,
Besides
black
the
outs
Easter
were
egg, I
common.
literally
But this
know
is America,
everything.
the path of great melting, land of opportunity.
Put the Cold War on the
Bound shield part.
Did you even put the Cold War?
Yes,
Where are they at?
near the top.
Are they at God's here? Oh, I remember this one. Okay, I see it.
Moving up next, we have the Winter's Howl. Now this is the better version of it that can be gotten through the Classified Easter egg questline.
Ha! You've been
Is there only one?
We are
Or you-
right there.
Okay.
Now,
Darn! Now for the other
Remastered
one!
5, known
Different
as
shit,
Classified.
same day. Strap in, folks.
You can
Get bumpy.
a weapon known
So,
as the Winter's
many
Howl,
important men work.
which is
Important men
actually,
have large
well,
drinks cabinets.
the OG
One
Winter's
day,
Howl,
I
but
will
it's
be
better.
important man. Very important. Very big drinks cabinet. Yeah?
So, The Winter's Howl is just an amazing weapon. If you get it early on in a game, you will have a good game. You will definitely enjoy your game. I've had a game where I actually got the Winter's Howl and the ray gun in the same game, and it was a fantastic
If I'm
game.
nailing anything, I should be nailing meat sacks.
And I played 47 rounds that game.
Okay.
I'll let you know it's the longest fight I've ever done. It was a great game. But the Winter's Howl is capable
Get your mind
of
out of the gutter.
damage output. Is also capable of even less damage. The Winter's Howl is not always a good weapon. Only when you really, really need it to be a good weapon.
This handiwork looks familiar. Is one of your cronies Richtofen?
So, moving on past that, the Winter's Howl is just a very interesting weapon. It freezes your enemy in place. It doesn't work on dogs, but does work on zombies. And it will freeze them in place. And it will basically make it so dogs...
Perhaps the spirits
or
wish to bless us with ammo. Freeze!
Zombies are stuck and they can't move temporarily. It's a really cool weapon. And it'll also make it so
Everyone knows that won't hold them. Why do we even try? Shotguns are pretty effective when you know how to use them properly.
I'm sick and tired of talking about the Winter's Howl here. Plus, we have it on this list twice. One for the old one and one for the new one. Next, we have...
Which one? That looks fucking cool. These are super cool. Yeah, that one probably. Where's that one?
Next, we have the Slicklifier. This weapon was in Black Ops 2. You could actually do some pretty cool stuff with this. You could shoot the ground and it would make the floor slippery. Making it so the zombies would actually...
Hey, creepy girl! Instead of sending your dogs after us, how about you grow some balls and face us yourself?
Go over and play undead.
This fight looks like it's cat person. Spirits will not help. Now I must purchase
I
ammo.
just feel like...
Lucky I didn't take you out back first.
I just feel like this weapon is a very interesting weapon.
That's the kind of shit I need.
I mean, the Slicklifier has a special effect that makes the ground near you slippery. It was on one of the worst maps of all time, Die Rise from Call of Duty Black Ops 2. And, well, that's pretty much all you need to know. I mean, it was on a terrible map, and it was a terrible weapon. Obviously, this weapon would have been ranked so much higher pre-patch, but this weapon obviously got a huge patch to it.
Oh yeah, this
And
is
it
totally
completely
worth my
changed
time.
how Call of Duty was played, because
Damn, I
it would be a lot different if this weapon
Great,
did not
you
get
kill
patched
one,
up
Dempsey.
the way it did.
What of the rest?
I would literally change half this list if it wasn't for that patch. Moving on to the next one, we actually have the Trident. I believe we are on about number 48 or 47 here. The Trident. Now, this is another weapon from
Wall
the
of the Stand,
Exo Zombies.
Always
It
give
is just a
Nikolai
really
what he
nicely
wants.
designed weapon, and it's another laser weapon. I know you guys aren't big fans of those energy laser weapons, but trust me, this one is pretty cool. Now, this one shoots like a trifold beam at your enemy and does really good damage. I'm
Double
not gonna
points!
say that, like, say that it's ridiculous, but this is a fun weapon. Moving up next, we have the Shredder. Now, this is a really cool weapon. Personally, I love this weapon. The Shredder is an infinite warfare weapon from Zombie Spaceland. And this weapon personally did insane damage.
Looks like the Overkill's ready to get her tear on!
Clown zombies, and it was just overall a very good weapon.
I do not brag or gloat, but I can take pride in my work.
Great, you got one, Takio. In same time, I killed 20.
Now, personally, I love the Shredder. I feel like it's one of those great weapons. And honestly, who can go wrong with it, man? Shredder is the Shredder. Really nice weapon.
This meant to be an incentive? Because I don't need one!
Now moving on next is the Face Melter, another one of the Infinite Warfare created wonder weapons, and I actually really enjoy the Face Melter. This weapon had extreme headshot damage, which was a really cool feature. Not a lot
You're making
of
this look
weapons
easy,
have that
Tack.
feature. But this weapon had like double, triple headshot damage, which was super cool. Something that so many weapons had never had before. You'd love to see it with a weapon like
Fun for
this.
everybody.
Moving on next, we are moving into the rest of the good section. Now, next we have the Gauntlet. This is the Gauntlet of Himera, and this personally, I feel like was pretty garbage. It just doesn't do a lot of lightning damage, but it's alright. It's alright, a nice little force of nature. I don't love it too much, but if you do, yeah, smash that like button, I guess. I don't know. Or tell me different in the comments section. Moving up is what I call the Baby Maker, but it is actually the JGB 21545, and this weapon would shrink your enemies. It's a pretty cool weapon. It would shrink your enemies. This weapon was present in Call of Duty Black Ops, WAW, and it was also present in the remaster. Now, this was cool for me because when Black Ops 3 dropped Zombie Chronicles, that was the first ever time I truly got to take part and use this weapon. And believe me, it was a
Shouldn't,
hell of a
Takeo be
time.
doing this? Or is he too busy moping?
Okay, so moving on to the next wonder weapon. I believe this is number 39. Here we have it. The CBRS-X from Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War. This weapon is from Mauer der Toten. If you know me, you know that I hate that map. And as well as I know my own name, I hate that map. Oh my god, exactly that map is garbage, and I just hate it. If you guys know me, you know I just hate that.
You had that coming for a long ass
time.
time.
There will never be a day where I enjoy Mauer der Toten, and I think that's just common sense at this point.
Believe me, I'm earning every penny.
Moving on to the next weapon, the Scoped Wunderwaffe, which makes its basically debut on the Call of the Dead remaster Tag der Toten. I don't like Tag der Toten. I hate this map, and the fact that they completely failed the Wunderwaffe with this remaster is just awful. I mean, how fucking dare they do this? How dare they do this remaster that was a absolute pile of garbage? I hated this. I thought this remaster was complete garbage, and I honestly... Next up, we have the ray gun, the basic one. So, moving on. Next, we have the basic Call of Duty ray gun. This is a very interesting weapon. Now, the basic ray gun is a 2 to 3 shot on round 30, meaning that it's like a crazy 10 shots to kill one zombie on round fucking 50 probably. But this weapon's just not fun to see, and honestly I get used to just seeing the regular ray gun at this point. I really wish I saw the ray gun 2 or ray gun Mark II a little bit more at this point, because all I see anymore is just the ray gun, just a regular version of the ray gun, and it's just kind of sad. Personally, I like the ray gun from Shadows of Evil, but the ray gun's been on every Call of Duty map. So, to be honest, I'm gonna be surprised, guys. I don't think it would be a Call of Duty map if it doesn't have the actual ray gun. Well, as you guys can hear there's an AI.
Wait, no money? Check didn't clear? Richthofen!
Double points!
Ugh, smells like Nikolai looks. And smells. You picked on the wrong Marine. Come on, fart boxes! Let's smell your worst!
Now, moving on.
These boys are fighting dirty today! Tank Dempsey back on his feet! What the hell am I supposed to do with this?
So moving on next, we have the ray gun Mark II, or I guess the ray gun 2.0 to some extent. Whatever you guys want to fucking call it, it's the ray gun 2. It's the better ray gun that fires more pellets. More interesting one. Moving on, we actually have
my game's almost done.
Moving on, we actually have the Blue Elemental Ray Gun. Next up, we have the Amazing section. And the first weapon to make it into this tier is actually an Infinite Warfare weapon, surprisingly. I know a lot of you thought the Infinite Warfare weapons wouldn't be in either one of these top tiers, but there's actually a couple that made it. First, the Head Cutter. This weapon does massive head damage, as you can only imagine with something that's named the Head Cutter. It does really good head damage. And, well, it does a lot of head damage. It's called the head cutter for a reason. It's a really unique weapon, and this gun just does significant damage to whoever the hell is fighting the player, meaning probably the zombie. Unless you're playing a different game than Call of Duty Zombies. Probably the zombies. Moving on, next we have the Discord. This is a pistol that basically focuses on making the zombies dance to death. It's a really weird idea, but a really incredible idea. And I know people are gonna say, oh, what the hell do you mean, the Discord, a fucking dancing pistol? Are you serious? Yes, this is a actual weapon, and the Discord makes your opponents dance themselves to death. A very interesting concept for a wonder weapon, and honestly one of my favorites if we're going to compare the Infinite Warfare wonder weapons to the Treyarch ones. This one is one of the most creative and one of my most favorite wonder weapons in general. Next up, we actually have the Blundergat, just the base Blundergat at number 37, or I mean 36. The base Blundergat is the weapon here. This weapon was featured in Blood of the Dead. This weapon is also a
Getting antsy.
very heavily
They're
used
right
weapon.
behind me right
Featured in
now,
both Blood
aren't
of the
they?
Dead and also featured in Mob of the Dead. Mob of the Dead is a very popular map and a fan favorite, and this is one of the reasons why.
My game works. Finally!
And zombies, but multiplayer. Next, we're gonna move to the Acid Gat, number 35. The Acid Gat is a gun that is basically a shotgun. It's like a blunderbuss. But the Acid Gat fires
Hope y'all
a
get
shotgun
splinters.
round that basically is a distraction to the zombies. And it deals acid damage to nearby zombies that you shoot this at. It also attracts the zombies to each other, which is a really cool thing. A really cool feature, and I'm glad it was implemented with this weapon. Acid Gat, Wonder Gat, whatever. It's up to you. You have your own playstyle with this weapon. You know, it is one amazing thing that you can just pop your playstyle here.
I can feel and hear it sloshing around in my belly.
So moving on next to advance past that, we have the Pack-a-Punch ray gun, just the basic Pack-a-Punch Mark 1 ray gun, and it is over here because it is simply one of the most amazing weapons in Call of Duty Zombies. This thing does pretty insane damage, past round 35, but beyond that, it doesn't really get very good. Moving
Hey,
on
Bone Jaws!
to your
Back off before
next
Tack shoots off
weapon
something
that
more
you
important than your
probably
head!
enjoy the most. Personally, the next weapon after the pack-a-punch ray gun is, well, wouldn't you believe it, the Vlad bow pack-a-punch, the quest bow. Also known as the whirlwind bow. This is a really cool bow. It does wind damage and is one of the few Call of Duty weapons that does. Moving on next, past that bow, we have the upgraded acid gat. Or as we know, the more advanced acid gat. Next, we have the upgraded Vlad, which is called the Acid Rainbow. This weapon is very dangerous. It is actually a chemical infinite warfare upgrade to the basic bow. The Apothecon Sword. Hand that
Dempsey,
over.
showing off his silly weapon. He ruined
Hate it.
everything. You should take aim at his giblets and shrink them.
I have bad headache. It is not hangover. That only happened when sober. Or so I
The
have been told.
Apothecon Sword is a melee weapon dash piece of equipment that can be earned in Shadows of Evil's main Easter egg in Black Ops 3.
Hello, zombies! Nearly ready for you to tear down.
The Apothecon Sword is fairly
This
strong.
facility houses many
Especially
secrets.
the tougher enemies
The
in the
Emperor
map,
likes secrets.
and is very useful
Perhaps I will
for
recover
upgrading the
them
sword and completing the
secretly.
Easter egg. Next we have the upgraded Blundergat and the upgraded Acid Gat, both from Mob of the Dead and Blood of the Dead. These are very good weapons to distract the zombies.
You ugly bitch!
And this is the reason why you can last so long on these maps. Is because you can distract the
In
zombies
Russia,
with
blackouts
this,
were
and
common.
basically
But this is
you
America.
can
The pot of great melting. Land
trick
of
the zombies
opportunities.
into attacking themselves and
If we are to battle demons,
Guys,
we must barter with other demons.
Alright, on. Okay, party.
And moving on to the next weapon past that
Grind on.
is
grind
the
on,
D-Machine weapon.
grind on.
The D-Machine weapon is the main wonder weapon for the D-Machine Easter egg in Black Ops Cold War. On the remaster of Nocturne.
I suppose we should get some power back on. I really do need to see what my hands are doing.
Different shit, same day.
Night of the
Strap
Dead,
in, folks.
or Night of
It's
the
gonna get
Undead.
bumpy.
As the map is called. And this is basically our introduction.
The doctor is in!
But yes, very good item. And the D-Machine basically sends shockwaves at your opponent. The next weapon is the Ragnarok DG4s. These are actually a specialist that you can use. MBO4 zombies.
A tool of moderate devastation. Huh! Big improvement to your face, I think.
You're making this look easy, Tack.
Oh, this is a football, all right.
Fresh gun, full mag, Dempsey approved. Hoorah!
moving on to... Oh yeah, and for a little information about this Tesla gun... Basically, this Tesla gun is the electrical version of the Tesla gun, capable of very high damage outputs.
Mein hands were not designed for
And
manual
kind of
labor.
works like a Wonder WAW tornado, but is a lot better and keeps the zombies from attacking you. So, next, I present the purple 2.5 ray gun.
wish to bless us with more ammo? Freeze!
Can't fuck shit
Kind
up
of
with an empty
shotgun
gun. Actually, I can, but it gets messy.
ray gun 2.5.
I remember first headshot. Before, brother had evil kukla. Once ago, I fell asleep.
You think you got 3 of them, don't you, Nicola?
Moving on to the next weapon after the purple ray gun, which is an elemental ray gun variant, is actually the Death of Orion, which is a very cool weapon. Can be obtained through the main Easter egg in Black Ops 4 of the map IX, otherwise known as 9.
Fetch me their souls! Girl, I didn't really get a good...
I'm calling the cops. I'll join him later, but
And the Death of Orion is a really interesting weapon.
Buffalo Dachshund?
Because it does a sort of electricity charge similar to kind of the Wonder Wasp, but not the same as the Wonder Wasp.
I like Max ammo. An old buddy of mine.
Motherfucker named Ryan.
Now, next up on our list, after the Death of Orion, is the maxed out, fully upgraded Vlad crossbow. We are getting very close to the god tier weapons, so get prepared to hear some of the names you may be very familiar with.
I really do have better things to do. Who's this? I will make the most of what I...
See if that invite will do well.
And this is an infinite warfare weapon, which is the exact reason it's not terrific, but it's definitely the best of the infinite warfare weapons,
Yep, man.
and you will definitely love this weapon. Coming in next will be the actual ray gun, Mark II fully upgraded. Very,
That's the kind of guy I am.
This variant is on Buried, the Giant, and a whole cast of other maps.
One day I won't have to perform such menial tasks. Stab, stab!
So the ray gun Mark II actually shoots a burst of shots compared to the regular ray gun, which is what makes it such a interesting weapon.
Now.
But
Hurry up now.
what do you want, Caden?
I'm gonna play Cold War, so.
Okay, do it.
Console.
You're gonna play it on there.
I can't.
If you can't play it on there, then do what I told you to do and delete that and install Black Ops 4.
I'm not. I'm playing Cold War.
Black Ops 4 is all you can play for now. Until we go to the game store and buy Cold War, it's all you can play.
No.
Moving on next, we're going to move to a pistol that I recently started using on Dead of the Night. This pistol is called the Alistair's Foley.
I'm playing on yours.
To get this, you actually had to do a little bit of work in the main Easter egg, but it's fine, because this Easter egg isn't very hard at all. Once you do a little bit of work, you begin working towards unlocking this weapon.
Looks like perforations will be the order of the day.
Is really cool for what it does, because it really rewards the player for playing the game. You are not. Caden, quit trying to fucking make me say things. I did not say that. I did not. Caden. So quit lying. I don't appreciate it. So the Alistair's Foley does this one-shot thing, and if you're running around on Dead of the Night, you can put this weapon on, and you can pretty much one-tap any of these zombies. This is a super cool weapon, and it does massive damage, especially to the Nosferatu around the map, which decide to ambush you all the time from the sky. These guys are just a whole bunch of fun.
Shouldn't Nikolai be doing this? Russians love modeling.
So, you guys are just gonna find out that next up on this list, we have the gauntlet. Well, one of the gauntlets. The Hand of Uranus. Now, we are on to almost the 20 best wonder weapons. So, we're on the Hand of Uranus, which is the energy hand. This actually is in Black Ops 4 on Ancient Evil. Can be done doing the main Easter egg. Knock it off! I'm telling Dad you're throwing CDs across the room.
I'm gonna break it.
And next up is the wave gun. This gun is used on Moon.
Yeah, Ty, stop lying. I don't like you. So stop.
I'm deleting my account. And I'm putting a password on my Xbox.
You lied earlier because you told me I could play.
I did not say you could play. I said you can play when I'm offline.
No.
I was not offline. I am making a YouTube video. That is not offline.
You little motherfucking liar.
Now, if you don't knock it off, I'm taking my account off from there, all my games, and I will fucking not let you play anything.
Bitch. I know you lied.
You want me to tell Dad?
I know you lied. No.
Go fuck yourself. If you get on my Xbox, I will tell Mom to watch.
You lied.
If you're on my Xbox, I'm gonna tell Mom to shut it off. I'm tell Mom to turn the internet off. If you're on my console, we're gonna bust you. Just like that. So tell me if you're willing to listen or not. It's gonna be a test. So the wave gun dash zap guns are a wonder weapon that is specific to Moon. The only map that has these. These are wonderful. And I actually tend to get these a little bit mixed up with the
Look on the bright side. That's what I do.
which is on Garage Crozy. And which I actually
I am a very
have
happy
one spot
doctor.
higher than this.
Eye of chicken. Distance matters not. I mean hawk. Eye of hawk.
Excellent. Aim to kill.
I'm gonna tell Mom to turn that shit off. I don't want to catch you on.
But with this, does not really matter.
Going through rounds faster than I go through pants.
Mine hands were not designed for manual labor. But
Hey,
labor
then
they
you
were.
just making stuff up.
Freeze! Don't move unless you want to snap.
I didn't mess with your Cold War at all. I didn't mess with it at all. It doesn't work because you're being a fucking idiot is why it doesn't work.
Without
Dave.
head, where will I put
If
apple
it doesn't
and
work,
healthy
go to the
growth?
game store and buy
Who
another
says
one.
Russians can't shoot straight?
Ah,
Me.
I did not mess with
That
the
was a
game.
fluke.
Hayden, I can tell you for a fact, your Cold War not messed up. Because you don't own it, Hayden. Obviously your Xbox doesn't know that. Because if it did, it wouldn't be asking.
Happy little eye.
That is very.
Next up, yeah, the Reagan Mark III. Exclusive to the map in Black Ops 3 called
Vengeance, Samantha. Very much like gonorrhea.
I mean, there's not much to say about this weapon.
Fetch me their soul!
Oh, an old adversary returns to stalk us once more.
What are you talking about?
I have seen you drink from the toilet.
Not somebody else's game. Nobody owns it. Okay?
Hello? Anyone have ammo?
Dishonorable
I'm
women.
not talking about that. I'm talking about the game store. That's different. That's not what I'm
It's the same thing. It's the same thing, literally. Somebody owned that game, and they went to that store to get the fucking game fixed.
And they clean their discs,
No.
so the game will work in your console. Next up is the laser ray gun 2.5, the ray gun Mark II 2.5 type gun. It's a very good laser gun. It actually recharges ammo and it's very unique. There's not a lot to say about
There
this one.
is no shot Takio cannot accomplish.
Oh, Takio!
This is probably one of the best upgraded so
I don't like stabbing. I love stabbing. Return to the earth, old rot.
I don't think you were looking for Cold War. Should be ready to tell somebody that you're going tomorrow.
Like, oh yeah, I don't want to fucking spend money. But doesn't even want to spend money. That's the problem.
This game
They're literally saving up for Christmas presents.
is exclusive to Megan Black Ops 4.
At least WAW reliable.
Who cares, Kaden? Why are you whining about it? That's just a bunch of bullshit.
I'm out.
You're really gonna give me this crap?
Could you imagine me doing this sober?
Next up
I
is
would
the
miss
Fire
everything.
Bow, which
Try
is
as you
another
might.
exclusive. This one is exclusive to
My dick.
These walls are ripping us off.
the Rise and Drop.
Why is that leg on the wall? I like it.
Go fuck yourself, Dave.
That was a mercy kill. Don't normally do that. So count yourself lucky. Well, I suppose your mother was. However impossible that is.
Go tell her. I didn't break your shit, so go ahead. Go
I've
tell
been on my
Dad.
own first request for power. A while now.
Why
Touch without ask. Not ask. Let me die, but I'll come back and haunt you.
I didn't mess up your shit! If you don't knock it off, I am gonna mess up your console. Cause I'm tired of it. You can't shut up and let me make a fucking video. I don't even play games on disc. And I didn't play games on disc when Cold War came out. That disc is your disc.
I do not recall walls being peaceful enough.
I can make something out of anything. Maybe one day I'll make Dempsey a real man.
That's the last we see of these gutter slugs. After we're done here, we will never see him again. Didn't we leave you part zombies back in the theater?
Next up, the bow is exclusive to the Rising Draka, aka the Rising Drak, where you will turn it into either the fire bow, the lightning bow, the wolf bow, or the void bow, in which the first of these bows, aka the weakest of these bows, is the fire bow, which is the final weapon in the amazing tier. Moving up next to the god tier weapons, we start out with the green Tesla gun, one of the final guns from Infinity War Zombies. Is this green Tesla
Hello,
gun.
zombies! Nearly ready for you to tear down.
Now the green Tesla gun is really good effect, and it's very easy to unlock. Definitely a fun one.
I've only got a few rounds left.
And if you play the first map of World War II Zombies, you definitely know just how fun this gun is. Of course, this is exclusive to World War II Zombies and the Tesla gun. This is an upgrade for it. 15 is the fully upgraded Apothecon sword. Exclusive to Shadows of Evil, the fully upgraded Apothecon sword was very efficient at doing its job.
Okay, I was wrong.
And does
Fuckers
kill
smell
very
fucking
well.
terrible. Shit, yeah, fresh juice. Anyone counting? I always lose track. Like around 3.
I think he watched you, Joanne. Ran into your bullet. They're probably all the way on your abdomen. You know what I mean. Bottoms up! Bonus points!
Next up, number 14 on the list of like a million wonder weapons is the regular.
You know, I just had all this money from the temple. Why the hell don't these things
Gun.
carry over?
But actually, I'm gonna replace this with the Tundra gun. The Tundra gun
Stock? Check.
is known as
Lock?
potentially
Check. Double check. Ready to rock? Hoorah!
I seem to remember that you smelled
worst weapons in the game. So it's no surprise that it's here.
even worse than Nikolai. How is that possible?
Moving on up the list, we actually have the regular WAW. The the Wonder Waffle, the Wonder Waff, whatever you want to call the stupid thing. Moving up next after the Wonder Waff.
Now I feel empowered!
Is, of course, the number 12, which is the Thunder Gun, which swaps with number 14, which is the Tundra Gun. Which this can be obtained through the map. A Thunder Gun can be obtained through Kino der Soden, Revelations, and a couple more classic maps in the Zombie Chronicles and in the OG Call of Duty maps. Next, at number 11 is a sufficient killing machine on Origins, the Fire Staff.
Fetch me their souls!
Maybe send Nikki with them.
And next up, or I also forgot to mention, this can be found on Origins. There's your main quest, as with most of these wonder weapons. Next is the Hand of Charon, which can be found in Ancient Evil. This is the Fire Hand, and does massive amounts of damage.
I really do have better things to do.
Hand of Charon is also known as the Fire Hand, and it's a very
Why so much
badass
attention?
weapon.
These fragrance down. Nikolai
It can rain
used
fire
special
down
Soviet
upon your
tools.
enemy. It's very similar to the Dragon Strike, which has a dragon attack your enemies. Next is the Lightning Staff at number 9.
I give to you the curse! The curse of a chilly willy. What it lacks in finesse, it makes up for in raw power.
Now this is another, all these staffs can be gotten through origins and all these bows. Now personally, whether you like these bows one more than another, it really depends on who you are. Personally, I like the bows better than the staves, but it's up to you. I personally don't like the steps that you have to do to achieve some of these stabs, which is the main reasons that I just do not love these stabs as much as I love these bows, because they're just a lot more stressful to obtain.
It's my ever so slightly lucky day.
It pops like Soviet melon, but with more juice. Soviet melon very crunchy, high in fiber.
The incision was rather clumsy, but it was effective.
Level 1, main floor.
Did you feel that? Or were you already know?
Attention, we are now securing all areas.
Harry! Black! Ammo! I tried to comment on how delicious that was, but it wouldn't be true. Fire! Burning fire!
We're still not done. So now I must purge this ammo like Lady Kennedy.
I'm sure I've thought of everything. Honestly, What could possibly go wrong?
Have shot on Nikolai.
I bet his head hurts worse than yours, Nikolai.
I am low on ammo. Where is floaty green thingy?
All filled up on lead.
Bullets. Who needs bullets? I do! I don't mean to give you the cold shoulder, but I hate you.
Demons are enraged today. They literally reek of desperation. You look cut you up like a fine pekamaki.
I really don't know why anyone calls it but it seems like a misnomer to me.
Alright, welcome to the final 6 wonder weapons of this game. You're probably saying, what the fuck? Anyway, there's 6 final wonder weapons that I think we could talk about when we say, oh, those are the top 6 wonder weapons of the game. And you guys are probably gonna throw mad hate at me, as usual. No surprise here, because I definitely have some weird wonder weapons at the top of my list. But let's just go with the top 6. I'll tell you, they're all Treyarch. So
Totally fucking normal.
I don't like any Infinity Ward, Sledgehammer top 6 wonder weapons. I'll just be honest about that. This is all Treyarch weapons. And here we go at number 6, the Wolf Bow. Number 6 may be one of the most interesting ones. Because, well, you may be like, oh, what? The Wolf Bow? That should be like number 3. You also, we're putting Cold War in here, and that highly affects us. Okay, so yes, I absolutely believe that this belongs in here, but I also believe in many other things. And the Wolf Bow just belongs up there. It's that good.
Oh, I can't even see Dempsey's house.
Winter Spear. Look at 6 chains.
I do hope you don't release even more gas post-mortem. Goodbye! Or as my Russian friends would say, das vagina!
Now moving on to number 5. The Storm Bow. Now, many people are surprised to see this lightning bow here, because why is the lightning bow, first of all, ahead of the wolf bow? Second of all, the lightning bow is here. There's one bow that you're missing, but which one is it? So, I will answer both of those questions in just a moment. But, why is the lightning bow here? First of all, the wolf bow, very easy to build, no challenge at all. I figured we have to put the lightning bow up here, because the lightning bow is just very difficult to build. There's such a challenge to the lightning bow, and it's a much more difficult one to build. And in general, it just does more with the fully upgraded one. Fully upgraded lightning bow is really good, and it can carry you through waves and waves of zombies. You would be surprised. Moving on next, we're actually taking a break from the bows, and at number 4, we have the Green Elemental Ray Gun. This elemental ray gun is very, very powerful, and it shoots many orbs, very deadly, and this elemental ray gun is only available on
Taking double. You believe that you see me now?
But basically, if you want this elemental ray gun, you have to craft it, and it's a very good ray gun.
weapon will be body odor. Very deadly. Nearly killed third wife.
Okay, so just looking around here.
Oh look, a new entry for my fun book.
Insta-kill! Things are about to get even more violent.
So, as you guys are looking around, you're probably realizing there's only 3 weapons left. What weapons could they be? You're probably realizing I missed a couple. So, if you're counting correctly, you will get these last 3 right. If you are not counting correctly, well, you won't get them right.
And you're not allowed to use the Cold War weapons.
At number 3, one of the bows from the Horizon Drock and Black Ops 3. The Void Bow. This is most definitely a weapon worth being in the God tier. I mean, how can you argue against this being in the God tier? I did. I said many weapons for the Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War. You missed out. Why? You gonna watch my video?
Fetch me their soul!
Doesn't matter.
Back. It's been a long time since German theater. Not sure. It's very bright.
Hey, Genzi, you need me to help you shave?
What were the chances I would get the winner's theory and the Reagan at the same time?
That's the last bone you try to fetch!
Max ammo!
And next, or I should say, the Void Bow. So a description of this bow is basically it drops rocks and stuff on top of enemies, and it basically just sends the zombies into a void. It creates a sort of black hole that sucks the zombies in. It's kind of like the device off from Moon, where you throw it on the floor and it creates this massive black wormhole. And it's very similar, but this is a bow, which means you can rapid fire it and it will create this sort of wormhole that sucks everything up and kills all the zombies near it. Plus, this thing is very good and definitely one of the top bows and just one of the top, in general, wonder weapons. If I would have made this weapon number 1, I think there would have been a lot of outrage. But if I would have made this weapon number 1, there would also be a lot of conflict in myself. Because at the end of the day, I love every wonder weapon pretty much equally, but there really is only one weapon that can be the best. And it's probably what you're expecting it to be. But taking second place is perhaps the most fun to use wonder weapon in Call of Duty history. I don't think there has been a more fun wonder weapon in Call of Duty. I don't think there's been a more wholesome, a more enjoying wonder weapon.
My very good
You see it walk with no head? He's like fleshy zombie chicken.
I see you've sobered up, Nikolai.
next is the Ray K-84. As you could only guess, it was going to be a matter of time before this one popped up on my list. It was just going to be a tiny matter of time.
You remind me of Nikolai!
Oh, I love the Ray K.
Legless!
This weapon was going to be on my list regardless. Because
I kicked him out.
I'm having a little barbecue! Everyone's invited!
Because the Ray K-84 is a rapid-fire SMG version of the ray gun. And it just had crazy amounts of ammo. Basically, it's like taking the AK-47U and mixing it with a ray gun. This was a crazy weapon, and it had long range too, which made this weapon so good. This weapon would carry me to round 30, and I could literally fight the fucking boss of the map with this weapon. I loved it, but there was only one true god tier weapon that could take first place. And at the end of the day, yeah, you can say the Ray K was the best weapon here. You can argue it was the greatest weapon in Call of Duty Zombies. You could say the Ray K can do this and the Ray K can do that.
It's number one.
But at number one, there is simply one weapon that does everything better
Fuck you, no.
than
Ray K.
every weapon in the entirety of the Call of Duty universe. There's only one weapon that can do everything better than any weapon. And surprisingly, it's not the Ray K.
It's the Ray K.
I did a lot of research before I made this video, meaning that I very accurately depicted all of these weapons based on how hard they were to get, the damage that they do, and how consistent they were. I watched several gameplays on these weapons and watched several comparison videos on these weapons so I could get a general idea of what would be better. And every video that I saw said there was just one weapon that seemed to be extremely overpowered and capable of killing zombies at any round.
No, bro. You haven't even seen it. There's gonna be new wonder weapons in the new Call of Duty, and it's gonna be better.
The first place position on the list
Badass named Tyson.
goes to the Apothecon Servant.
Nah, bro.
The gun that shoots out wormholes that suck zombies up and kill them on any round. It doesn't matter if you are on round 9,999. The zombies will still die.
No. What about
Nope, they don't. There is no wonder weapon in Call of Duty
Sorry,
compared to
sister,
the
your luck's run short.
no wonder weapon that can stop this wonder weapon. And you know, it's sad because I really want to see guns like the Ray K come back, and I want to see those guns strive. But the Apothecon Servant is the one gun that gets the job done no matter the round. The Apothecon Servant can be acquired on just one map
that are gonna be better?
and in just one game mode.
There's gonna be wonder weapons that are better.
On Shadows of evil.
Shut up.
You can acquire the Apothecon Servant as one of many unique weapons.
Fuck that gun.
If Nikolai had
Including the
thought he would throw a
Apothecon
giant
sword,
door he could open and leave terrible life
with
behind.
little armies and more, the Apothecon Servant is the standout gun.
One day I won't have to perform such
Now
menial
there is
tasks.
actually a second map that the Apothecon Servant is on. And it makes a return on Black Ops 3 Revelations.
Ah, great.
This-
Can we get back to killing now?
It is very clear that the Apothecon Servant takes #1, and until there's a new Call of Duty Zombies experience, whether it's the new Call of Duty Treyarch Zombies that is planning to be released in the future by Treyarch, or whether it is a Zombies Chronicles type of game that releases with new wonder weapons, we will never know. But for now, the Apothecon Servant remains the highest damage wonder weapon of any wonder weapon.
There's gonna be a new Wonder Weapon.
And we have not seen anything that has surpassed it.
Yeah, but
We have
there's
seen
still gonna be new Wonder Weapon.
70 weapons try to surpass it,
Watch,
but none of them could get it done.
Next year they're gonna add like 20 Wonder Weapons. So.
Without further ado, my name is Beyond Anarchy, and I am out, guys. But thank you for tuning in to me getting the Winter's Fury, of course, because who doesn't love to see that? But also, thank you guys for tuning in to this video and listening to this massive countdown of 72 wonder weapons. Or somewhere around there, of course. And it's been incredible. Have a good day, everyone. And I'm out.
Shit, sorry, finger slip.
At least you spared him the indignity of smelling your fetid breath, Nikolai.
Laboratory.
Starting to think these walls are ripping us off. by the bread. Die by the bread.
Double points! Please, I'm trying to relax.
Hammer is sickle time.
You are disgusting. I hope you know that. There are so many fun things you can do with the hammer and nails. I'm disappointed. Very disappointed.
Surely there are more bullets somewhere. This is America!
You will regret that. And soon! I hope you put up more of a fight.
He's talking. Forget it. Fuck you.
Please, don't move unless you want to snap. Shouldn't Nikolai be doing this? Russians love hard labor. for my next surgery. I'm handing out free samples! Anyone bought this weapon? I don't. I think it's a bit of a lemon.
To run low on ammo!
I feel a burning sensation. I may have to write myself another prescription.
Send all demons back to hell. Maybe send Nikki with them.
Shouldn't Nikolai be doing this? Russians love hard labor.
Fetch me their souls!
Probably all the way on your abdomen. You know what I mean.
Precision. Skill. Honor. Tokyo!
Did you see that? I didn't. As Dempsey says, I am cocked and loaded.
Double points!
Die! It's all you're good for!
Messmaking time! But when's it not? Fire fail!
Oh, it's my lucky day! No, wait, Dempsey's still alive.
How much longer now, Rick Coffin? Tokyo's no longer a young man. My legs ache, my eyelids are heavy, my stomach growls. When will it end?
Stay back, maggot face! Not in the mood for your shit!
At least the evil maze did not follow too.
We are now at that time. We are now at
Give me your money.
Damn, I'm good at this.
You were aiming for it, Dingley, weren't you, Dempsey? Voice to the That was a hot one! You said cheese! Now kindly fuck off! It'll ruin you! Thank you! I deserve a bonus!
Time to put the Koromotachi in a big timeout.
Then again, don't we all?
Your capitalist claws are not worthy.
Did you fear that? Or were you already know?
I do not recall war. Very hungry. Maybe it's adventure?
Hurry up! Carpenter! Bored!
Why is pus filled? Can you not just bleed like normal hell pigs?